Hey there guys, it's Rick Utzer here again with AirgunWeb and AirgunWeb TV and our continuing series on the Brocock Bantam Sniper HR in .25 caliber. Now before we get going, I'd like to say thank you to the guys over at Daystate Brocock. They've hooked us up with all this gear and they continue to support this series, and I really do appreciate it, and I hope you guys do too. So let's jump into what this video is going to be about today. We've done some shooting. We've already shot at 50 yards. We figured out muzzle brake, barrel nut, suppressor, etc. We shot at 75 yards and conditions were not great then, and frankly today they're worse. Given that that is the case, what do you need to do to get this gun set up in such a way that you can actually overcome the conditions and still keep good, consistent accuracy? That's really the challenge. I don't shoot in a 100-meter indoor air-conditioned range. I'd love to be able to do that. That would be awesome. But in reality, I have this window of when I can get out and do things. I have a lot of other things on my plate just to keep all the channels going. So we have a day, we're gonna go shooting, it's beautiful and sunny, and then we're here at 6:30 in the morning and the wind's already blowing. What do? Well, frankly, we suck it up and shoot. That's what we do. And if you're gonna go out in the field and do some hunting, what are you gonna do? Call in and say, oh, well, the wind's blowing, I'm not hunting today? No, you're gonna go and you're gonna go hunting. I'm more of a hunter than a bench rest target shooter. I wanna be able to have my equipment and know my equipment so that whatever the conditions are, I can go make the most of it. So that's really what I'm working on at this point. We shot our first group, and you're gonna hear, I'm gonna leave some of that audio in there so you can kind of hear what I'm dealing with wind-wise. But the first group, 75 yards, shooting the 25.4 Grain JSBs, not like, certainly not match awesome for sure, but not terrible either. We're talking 75 yards and some pretty aggressive wind, and it's getting pushed around a little bit. So how do you deal with that? Well, with me right now, unless I want to take the gun apart, the wind's coming in now, you guys should hear it. Unless I want to take the gun apart, really my only option is probably to change pellets. You go from a lighter pellet over to a heavier pellet. And that's really what I did. I went from the 25.4 over to the 33.95 Grain JSBs. And you know what? Minus a couple oddballs that were either me or maybe a little bit of wind condition, I got a much better group. I mean, just right out the gate. Now, I sort of held a little high. I wasn't quite sure where it was going to fall on the mil dot. So once I established where I was hitting, I just let it there. I didn't try and adjust to put it in the bullseye because I really wanted to just see what the group would look like. And in reality, the heavier pellets did better. Now, how do we get those to be more consistent? That's going to be really the question, because they're still kind of losing stability. I can sort of watch them as they get towards the end of the target. They're just not as laser focused as they are closer range. So we still need to do something to get it more consistent at range. And really the next thing is going to be, we're going to have to modify the gun. We need to get more velocity, more power, something. We need to do something to get these heavier pellets getting into the high 800s. At least that's my guess. Right now, we're shooting 880-ish with the 25.4s. When I shoot the heavier pellets, we're down in the 760, 770 range. And that's taking a pretty big hit to the velocity, frankly. So if we can get like the heavies up to 860, 870, closer to that 900 mark, I think we're gonna see a big difference in what this gun can do at longer ranges. Now there's a couple ways we can do that. And frankly, I'm gonna call the guys over at Daystate Brocock and say, all right, this is the challenge. How do we deal with these conditions? How do we make it more accurate at 75 yards, more consistently accurate, and overcome what we're dealing with out here for just the wind conditions? And I know we have a couple options. First is we can put a longer barrel on it. Just by adding a longer barrel, you're gonna get more velocity and potentially more accuracy too. The other thing we can do is turn the reg up. Turn the reg up, that's great. You get more power, but you get fewer shots. Now, may not be a big deal here because this gun is already getting crazy good shot count. We're talking, I think 70 or 80 shots, on the extreme ends of it. So maybe it's okay to lose a few shots and just turn it up, stick with what we have. Or maybe it's going to be a combination of the barrel and adjusting the regulator? Frankly, I don't know. That's going to be a phone call, and that's going to be what our next video is about. We sort of know what this gun could do at 50 yards. Right shooter, right condition, this gun is surgical, no problem. 75 yards, we need more gas in the tank. Bottom line, I think personally, if we're going to be super accurate with this at 75 yards and beyond, we got to get more velocity. We got to get more going on so that that pellet maintains its stability and can buck these conditions. So if you have a different opinion, you guys want to chime in and say, Rick, you're full of it. You don't know what you're talking about. You need to slow down and shoot a light pellet. I know that's not the case, but hey, if you got an argument you want to throw out there, throw it out there, put it in the comments. I'm happy to engage in a friendly discussion about how to make this deliver what I want it to deliver. Ultimately, my goal for this gun is to see if we can get one MOA groups consistently at 100 yards. That's what I'm shooting for. We're not there yet, but I'm hopeful we're gonna get there. If you guys like what we're doing here, you like this series, you kind of like this deep diving into one product over a period of time, let us know, because I really enjoy this kind of work. It gives us a lot of time with the product so you guys really get to digest all the nuances about what we got going on here. For now, that's it. My name is Rick User here with AirgunWeb, AirgunWeb TV. Thanks for watching.